Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this video, we shall discuss about important oceans and seas and the rivers flowing to them. When it comes to Indian rivers, so all the rivers are important, especially the rivers which appear in NCERT. So we need to prepare for them thoroughly, where they originate, where they end, and through which all states they pass through. But how about international rivers? Whether all the rivers are important? So this is a challenging task because globally we have thousands of rivers and it will be very difficult for us to memorize for each and every river where it originates, where it ends, and through which all countries it passes through. But here we need to have a proper strategy. So if we develop such kind of strategy, then any kind of questions which appear in the prelims, we will be able to address them very easily. So we have developed one such strategy, and keeping the exam demand in mind, we have prepared notes, and this notes has benefited us in the previous year questions. So similarly, we hope this will also benefit us in the upcoming year if a similar kinds of question they appear in the prelims. So here we are focused only on the important global rivers and the important oceans and the rivers flowing into those oceans or those important seas. So first we shall begin with Zambezi River. So it is the longest east flowing river in Africa and the largest flowing into the Indian Ocean from Africa. So Zambezi, so this is our Africa, this is Indian Ocean, here we have India. So this is the longest east flowing river of Africa which flows into Indian Ocean, Zambezi. So here we will not be preparing for all the small rivers which enter from Africa into the Indian Ocean. We will only be concentrating on the longest river of Africa which is entering into Indian Ocean. So this is called as understanding the demand of the examination. So keeping this demand in mind, we have prepared similarly for all the rivers as well as the important oceans and seas. So next, in Arabian Sea, so which is the largest river that enters Arabian Sea? Indus River. Next, Bay of Bengal. So here, as these are the rivers which flow through India, so we have considered all the rivers from longest to short. So the longest river which enters Bay of Bengal is Brahmaputra. Next, Ganga, Irrawaddy. Next, apart from that, we have Andaman Sea, again which is part of Bay of Bengal. So Irrawaddy River flows through it. Next, Mediterranean Sea. So Mediterranean Sea is very important from UPSC point of view because Mediterranean Sea, it forms a very important trade route of India. So we need to know about the river that flows into Mediterranean Sea, Nile River. There are many other rivers which flow into Mediterranean Sea, but we are interested only in the longest river which flows into Mediterranean Sea, and it is Nile River. Next, Red Sea. So similarly, you should be able to locate where this Mediterranean Sea is present. So here we have Mediterranean Sea. Similarly, try to locate all these seas into the map. So through Red Sea, the largest river that flows through is Barka. So Red Sea is over. Next, Adriatic Sea. So Po River is the longest river that discharges its water into Adriatic Sea. Next, Caspian Sea, again very important river from exam point of view. So Olga, the longest river of Europe, so it enters Caspian Sea. Similarly, Ural is one more river which enters into Caspian Sea. Here Olga would have been sufficient, but just out of curiosity, I have gone for one more second river, Ural. So it also enters Caspian Sea. So you should be able to mark locate all these seas on the map. Next, Black Sea. So Danube River, second longest in Europe, it enters Black Sea. Next, many times in newspaper, these two seas appear, East China Sea and South China Sea. So in South China Sea, there are few territories which are contested between different nations. So repeatedly, South China Sea and East China Sea, they appear in the newspaper. So the longest river which enters East China Sea is Yangtze River. So it is Asia's longest river, and it flows into East China Sea. Next, Mekong River flows into South China Sea. So there may be many other rivers as well, but we are only concentrating on the longest river. Next, Murray-Darling River. It is Australia's largest river. Next, Mississippi, Missouri River. So North America's longest river. Next, North Sea. So why North Sea is important? Because the Brent crude, which appears in the newspaper, so it's a standard of crude oil. So it is extracted from North Sea. From that perspective, North Sea is important. So the river which flows into North Sea is Rhine River. Rhine River. Next, Sea of Azov. So this is also important. So Don River flows into Sea of Azov. So in the map, locate where Sea of Azov is located. Next, Dead Sea. Jordan River flows through it. Next, in the Atlantic Ocean. So here we have Atlantic Ocean. So here we have Atlantic Ocean. So in this Atlantic Ocean, Amazon River, the longest of South America. So this is South America. The longest of South America, Amazon River enters from South America into Atlantic Ocean. Similarly, Congo River, it enters from Africa into Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Next, Pacific Ocean. So here we have Pacific Ocean. So this area, this is Pacific Ocean. So in Pacific Ocean, the longest river is Columbia River, largest river flowing into from North America. From North America, Columbia River flows into Pacific Ocean. Next, another important sea, Aral Sea. So Amur River enters into Aral Sea. Next, Baltic Sea. Again in Europe, we have Baltic Sea. Oder River enters into Baltic Sea. Finally, we have Caribbean Sea. So Magdalena River enters into Caribbean Sea. So this much information would be sufficient to tackle any kind of question related to rivers entering into globally important oceans and seas. So this much information would be sufficient, because if you try to dig more information, then there will be abundance of information and it will be very difficult for us to memorize and recall at the time of examination. So based on this information, we were able to touch a question of 2020. So let's just go through it. So this is a question of 2020. So what is this question? Consider the following pairs. River flows into Mekong into Andaman Sea, Thames, Irish Sea, Volga, Caspian Sea, Zambezi, Indian Ocean. So one thing that we need to remember is we need not know about each and every river. Based on the information that we have, if we are able to eliminate and arrive at correct answer, that would be more than sufficient, and that the information that we have, it is more than sufficient to tackle this question. Now, Zambezi, Indian Ocean. So whether it is right or wrong, we shall just verify it. Here, Zambezi, the longest east flowing river flows into Indian Ocean from Africa. So Zambezi, this pair is correctly matched. This pair is correctly matched. It means in our answer, we need to have 4 compulsorily. This 4 is correct. So either our answer is C, that is 3 and 4 only, or D, 1, 2 and 4 only. 1, 2 and 4 only. Next, we shall check for other rivers, Volga River or some other rivers. So there are multiple ways of solving this. Let us, okay, here we are able to find Volga River. So Volga River, it flows into Caspian Sea. Volga River, it flows into Caspian Sea. Even 3 is correct. 3 is correct. It means in our answer should have both 3 as well as 4. So which option has both 3 and 4? We have only one such option. That is option number C, where we have both 3 and 4. So here, without having any information about the Mekong River and Thames River, we were able to arrive at correct answer. So similarly, in the upcoming year, whenever they are setting the question paper, so the question paper will be set in such a way that they'll be giving some clue to you. Based on the clue, you should be able to eliminate the wrong choices and arrive at correct answers. Okay. So here, based on the information of just Indian Ocean, longest flowing river, that is Zambezi, and the longest flowing river into Caspian Sea, Volga, we were able to arrive at correct answer. But just we shall cross verify. We shall cross verify. So which is the longest, where does Mekong flow? Just we shall go verify. So Mekong River and Mekong River. Okay, here we have Mekong River, South China Sea. But here what they have mentioned, Andaman. So this pair is wrong. So it means wherever we have 1, that should be wrong. So this is the alternative way of arriving at the answers. Okay, arriving at the answer. So whenever there is a question in the prelims, there are different ways of arriving at answer. So if we become well versed even with one particular technique, then definitely we will be able to tackle any kind of difficult questions with respect to what these rivers and rivers flowing into some oceans and seas. So in this video, we discussed about the technique as well as the information about the important global rivers flowing into important oceans and important seas. So similarly, in the subsequent videos, we will be discussing about the other important topics related to geography and also the techniques to solve questions. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.